All right, vibe coding observability, let's talk about it. It's incredibly easy to one-shot a product now. You prompt it, you watch the agent go, you hit return, and you do it over and over and over again. The good news is that there's a fix for this, and it's basically 2 lines of code. I built a small agent that scrapes new model releases from a couple different sources, because let's be honest, new models drop like every other week, and I needed something to wrangle that for me. So instead of hoping it's actually doing the right thing, I actually want to see it happening. So this is where Weave comes in, the weights and biases tool for observability and continuous improvement of agents. Plus the weights and biases MCP server, which lets your coding agent pull our docs directly, and later it'll help us pull the traces straight out of Weave so we can review them as well. The links to set up the MCP in your own IDE or chat client of your choice are in the description. And all it takes is the weights and biases API key and 2 lines of code. All right, so I'm inside of Claude Code and I've already added the weights and biases MCP server to it. And this is gonna be really helpful because if I vibe coded the application, I should vibe code the observability piece into this. And the really great thing about this is that once we introduce Weave, we're gonna be able to check it out in the Weave UI and see, conversations, turns, LLM calls, all this information that can be really useful so I can add these to data sets later on. And then these data sets can be used in evaluations to improve the agent and so forth. So you can kind of see where I'm headed with this. Okay, I'm inside of Claude Code and I want to add this prompt to it. Add observability to this agent using the Weave for Agents SDK. Do not use the Weave up decorators. The new SDK is a different data model and we want to ensure that we use that for the tracing. Now, I want each run to be a conversation and I want each provider workflow or like the pipelines where I'm searching for these new models as a turn. And then each search call and LLM call is going to be a tool span and also an LLM span. Now the really important piece is I don't want it to change the existing logic to my code, I just want to add instrumentation, because again, we just want to vibe code observability. And then once it's added, I do want it to pull all the traces using the MCP server, and then I also wanted to confirm that it did all of this correctly, so it's probably going to test it and ensure that it's all in there correct. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and press enter. It's going to go ahead and start looking for these things and start looking through my files as well. And it's probably going to ask me a couple of questions like, can I add it to this file? Is it okay? So that's all going to be happening. While Claude Code is still cooking up Weave inside of our project, I wanted to go over a couple of things that I've mentioned in the video, some of the terminology that I've used. Now, this can be found even deeper inside of our documentation, and it'll go even further into like what each thing is. But for right now, I want to give like a high overview of it all. So an agent, that's going to be the top level bucket. Every conversation tagged with the same agent name is going to live here. And then one step lower is going to be that conversation. A conversation is one or more turns tied together by a conversation ID. One step lower underneath that, it's going to be a turn. And this is one user message and one full agent response. Within that, you'll find things like an LLM call. It's going to be a single hit to a language model API. And then a tool call, which is a single tool execution triggered by the LLM. And that's the whole mental model for this tracing, is that we have an agent to conversation, to turns, to LLM calls, and then tool calls as well. All right, it looks like it just finished up. It took about 16 minutes to complete everything. To be fair, I've vibe coded the application and it's probably not the best architecture in that one. So it's probably a lot of files and different things they had to go through and read before it added actually the Weave layer to this. And I was able to check out a file here. It has the observability.py file. And it looks like it did exactly what I asked it to do. There is some Weave aspects in here, there's conversations, but to get the real full understanding of what it was able to accomplish, I think we need to head over to the UI. All right, so I'm inside of the UI now, and I've landed on the dashboard page. Now, admittedly, this isn't the first agent I've added to this project, so as you can see over on the left-hand side, there's quite a bit of different projects. It looks like I've had a couple different other models in here and releases, but it gives me a really good insight because then we can see how many agents are actually in here. And right now it claims to have 3 different agents, and it looks like we have a 0% error rate with the cost associated, the tokens I've utilized, the conversations, and the amount of spans. And if you go down below, we have the top tools, which is really helpful because then we can really understand, what tools am I utilizing? Maybe there's tools that we never really use among all the different agents. And then we also see the different top agents. So let's say we had a lot more agents in here. We'd be able to, understand which one is the most utilized agent, the most utilized model, maybe the top provider. So maybe there's a multi-agent system that has, Claude and it has OpenAI and maybe it's using an open source model. All of that would be in here. And this is going to be a really great aggregate for that data. Now, to get more specific, I'm going to go click on the Agents tab, and I'm going to click on the model release tracker. This is the most recent one that was created, so this is the one that was vibe coded into the project. And we still see that same view. We still see span volume, conversation volume, token volume, cost volume, errors, all that fun stuff are in here, but now it's at the individual level. And if we wanted to go, again, one construct lower on it, because as I mentioned before, we have the agents, we have the conversations, and then we have spans and so forth. I can go ahead and click on conversations to see that today. And it looks like I have two different conversations here. The most recent is going to be this top one, which was 7 minutes ago. And we have, when it was started, the cost associated, tokens out, tokens in, the spans, the invocations, which are the turns, and how many of those are. Now, if I click into it, we can see the actual individual understanding of it all. So we can go ahead and see like the tool calls, and we can see that it was the Tably search as a tool. And then we can actually see the website that it went to. It looks like it went to GitHub. It looked for open weight models, it went to Anthropic and then checked it there. And that's the first turn. The second turn, as you can see labeled here, is that it called another tool. We have a system prompt, we have another Tably search, and it checked out, it looks like OpenAI as well, and a couple other different places. So this is all going to be really helpful information to understand, layer by layer, where did it go, how did my agent perform, and if I make changes to it, we're going to be able to compare these things as well. Now, the very last thing we should see should be the answer. So we should see that DeepSeek version 4 Flash DSpark is one of the newest models that was released over the last month, which is really helpful to understand. And we're able to see step by step, because let's say it hallucinated a model at the end. Maybe it made up some kind of model, like this is like CoreWeave model version 1 that was most released. And I know that CoreWeave hasn't released a model, and we know that it's a fake model. So this is where we can start debugging and really understanding these things as well. Now there's other things in here, like you notice signals, traces, evals, like all of this will be something that I'll cover in future videos. But for right now, what we've successfully done is we've vibe coded observability into this project. We're able to look at it in the UI. We can understand now agents, the conversation, and how all of these play together to make sure that we understand everything about our agent. That's what I have. Let's go ahead and again, check out our documentation. Let me know if it worked for you, and I will catch you on the next video.